pleasure to welcome you all. Thanks for watching, all of you. So, to everyone who has joined us, very, very, very good evening. I have with me my awesome co host, friend, Kayzeen. And this is the first time we are experimenting something like this on different devices. So, how does it get? Even better than this. And the humanoids that we both are, I'm sure what else is possible with this live which we can create. Ooh, I'm still trying to figure out who all are watching. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Nilu. Hi, Sejal. I hope we've said hi, Laksha. And I can see there are people joining on YouTube and Facebook, but I don't know who you are. So please write your name and write hi so that we know who are watching us live. Please, please, please do that. And we can wait for a few seconds and then begin. You know, most people tell me, Ashwini, when you do live on two devices, you have to see here and you have to see there and you have to see here and you have to see there. But I feel how does that get even better, isn't it? We can really tap into so many people and like I know there are so many people who say, Ashwini, I watched you on LinkedIn and it really helped me, and I watched you on Facebook, and I watched you on Instagram. So I think it gives all justice when we look both here and there. So that's all right. Hi Kunal, hi Ishani, thank you for joining, guys. Kazin, I guess you can speak and then maybe I will mute and we will work something out. What will it take for us to have great communication with absolute ease on two devices? So yes, I think you are on mute on in both places. So hi Kunal, hi. No, not I can't hear you. So you'll have to unmute yourself on StreamYard. And how does that get any better? Yes. And you have to unmute on Instagram too because I can't hear you, my dear. So, guys, thank you for the patience and bearing our technology glitches. I still can't hear you on. Yes, now, yes. Yes, absolutely. Weirdness. Yes. Even better. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Hmm. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Wow. And isn't that so powerful? Wow. You know what? I'm actually built to hear my echoing voice. So I feel there is probably another Ashwini there. Another entity, Ashwini entity. So I think what we will do is for everyone, um, I guess when I talk, maybe you can mute, and when you talk, I can mute on both the devices. Super. So thank you for such a wonderful introduction of what access consciousness tools mean to us. And as you rightly said, Kazin, for me, you and I are, like we say, that we both are these two weird, wacky girls. And I think that's why I really liked like weird, wacky Wednesdays, because we get to celebrate the weirdness of what we are. So before that, I always say I used to approach anything in personal growth from a place of I want to get better, I want to get there. That is what I want to be. This is what I want to achieve. This is where I want to excel. But post access consciousness, one thing I realized was everything is an interesting point of view. And secondly, you're allowed to be as weird as you are, because that is what the truth of you is. And as Dr. Dane says, being you and you change the world. So, that brings us to today's topic. And I think this topic is something which many of us have experienced. That, as when I said, are you someone who is a chronic worrier? So, please note, we are not talking about being a warrior. We are talking about being a worrier, someone who is continuously worrying. And I know many of us fall in that category, and we believe that the only reality in this world is trying to combat all the difficult situations and either ignore it, put a lid on it, or think that it doesn't exist, or which means we are in the denial, we reject it. Or the other end of worry is where we believe we have to buy into it and worry along with everyone else. Okay, so when you speak to people, say, how is life, and many people will say, Arey, what's happening nowadays, everything has become so expensive. My god, jobs are become so scarce. This one lost a job, the job market is bad. There is inflation everywhere. Children's school fees have become so much. My god, so much studies, we have to drop the kids at the school, pick them up from the school. Life is so stressful, we don't get time to meet each other. And I was like, okay, hang on there. So this is where we are buying in the worry of the world and believing it is our truth. And then of course we make it our truth when we buy into it, we make it our truth. And as I said, the other end of the spectrum is where we are saying that, oh, it doesn't exist. All right, I don't get impacted by worry. ये सब कुछ नहीं होता है, worry and all is not there. Like, and that makes people either numb it. Wow, and numbing is one of the, like, when I started my professional practice, I started realizing that many of people who believe they are strong, people say that I'm strong, I'm not emotional at all, I'm strong. But they are not handling it, they are numbing it. Okay, so to numb something is to be in denial of it. Or as I say, putting a lid on it. So most people believe worrying is either you have to deny it, put a lid on it, be strong, appear strong, which means numbing, or other thing is where you're continuously in the worry. But what if you are in allowance? Okay. Now you will say, अरे worry में क्या allowance? ये क्या बात कर रहे हो अश्विनी? क्या बोल रहे हो? Okay, and I know if you're watching my video till now, if you're watching our video till now, because me and Kaizen connected about 4 years ago, I think, and since then we have had this weirdness connection, and we always talk about possibilities and allowance because that is something which gets us to be in the ease of life. I think what I like about access and the tools is it helps us combat things with ease. So, what if you are aware that okay, there is something which is going on, but you do not let it impact you? And as Gary and Dane, the founders of Access Consciousness, say that being allowance, being that rock in the stream, in the river, which just allows the river to pass through it. The rock doesn't move with the stream, with the river and go somewhere else, or the rock also doesn't stop the river from flowing. It just is, and that is exactly what allowance is. Now, what do you mean by being in allowance? So, the first step to allowance is being aware. Okay, being aware. Because when we avoid, when we defend, like we this year we got to know something called as POVATs, which is also a part of the clearing statement. So, for all of you who want to know what the clearing statement clearing statement is a crucial part of access consciousness because the clearing statement acts like a magical wand and it clears out everything which is not letting you receive all that you would like to receive because you have your limitations, beliefs, obstacles which you've created in your mind. It could be experiences, it could be anything and everything, but you have created that as something which will not let you be and experience what truly you would like to experience. So the clearing statement actually clears everything which is underlying in a lot of modalities. Like I know some beautiful modalities, I practice them, I love them. So this earlier this year I also did something in cognitive counseling and psychotherapy, hypnotherapy. These are beautiful modalities, no doubt they are beautiful. But when we walk you through these modalities, we go into the deep in the depth of what happens, and we go and we try to heal it. So that's why a lot of people say that my session. I had a session in which I actually spoke to my therapist about everything that was going on, and I think that was very tough on me because I got the memories, all the memories of that whatever trauma or whatever it could be back. But in access consciousness, we don't go there. We just use the clearing statement and we clear everything that is underneath that experience which you're having. And of course, we don't deny that you went through a trauma. And I would, if anyone who is watching this who has gone through a trauma or anything which really made you suffer, all I can say is, we just are extending lots of, we can say that you have quite battled everything with a lot of strength. You are someone who has come out of it, and if you use these tools it just keeps getting better, and you can experience joy the way you experienced as a child. So if you want to know more about the clearing statement, you can log on to www.theclearingstatement.com. Anyway, so now coming back to worry, and Kaizin, would you like to add something to it, to what all that I said? Yes. So thank you for adding that because I believe worry also deteriorates the quality of your life, and it does not let you live in peace, sleep in peace. So if you are someone who is worried about something, and if you feel that There is no way out. Please know that there are tools which you can use, and I will also share links to a few videos by Dr. Dane and Gary, which talk about the tools. But coming back to which very interesting thing which I want to discuss here is there is something in access consciousness called as distractor implants, and distractor implants keep you locked. Okay, what do you mean by keep you locked? When you are locked into something, you cannot see possibilities. Okay, um, locked doesn't physically mean locked, but lock also refers to a state where you feel you are stuck somewhere, and you are so stuck. And as as you said, Kazin, when you focus on worry, you can't see beyond because your point of view creates your reality. Now, when you are so focused on the worry is a distractor implant. Now, you know what's an implant? When we the first thing when we hear the word implant, we think of our teeth. Okay, because dentists talk a lot about implants. Implants are artificial tooth which they put inside your on your jaw, and it can function like a real tooth. Now, implant is an external thing. It is not yours. You bought it from somewhere. You put it in your on your jaw, and now you're using it. Now, distractor implants act exactly in the same manner, which means they lock you in looking at a situation from a particular point of view in such a manner that you only focus on that and you can't see beyond it. Okay, and there are layers to the distractor implant. So, worry is a distractor implant, fear is a distractor implant. We also talk about blame, shame, regret. We probably talk about that some other day. And if you would like to again know more about this, there is a beautiful book, um, "Living Beyond Distraction" by Gary and Dane. But for me, my I found absolute freedom when I realized that if I'm going to stay stuck there and if I'm only going to look from that particular angle, I will choose to live in the worry. And worry also creates drama. Now, what exactly is drama? Drama is when you're beating about the situation, you're talking about it again and again, and rather than looking at a solution, you're looking at how bad the situation is. Okay, and that's exactly what I call as drama. In Access, we also say that do not listen to, bite, or tell a story. Now, when a client comes to you, I always say that, okay, the first few minutes, do let us know what is it that you're going through, but then keep on making choices to get out of it. Rather, but many times what happens is many times people say that this is something which has happened to me and that's my identity. So they are so stuck, so hell bent on that identity, which makes them a victim, that they're unable to see beyond that victimhood, beyond that worry, that they can create a new life altogether. And there are tools available. You just have to know the tools and you just have to use the tools. So people who come for Access Bars classes, I tell them that it's not just it's not just nice to know the tools, to also use them. Because for me, I'm 6 years and I'm just using the tools day in, day out. Right now, I was not able to find my earphones. And the only thing I've been saying, oh, okay, what will it take for me to? So I use the tools. And tools are pragmatic, they are practical, they just work. No matter whether you believe you are an atheist, you are a believer, you are spiritual, you are God loving, you're God fearing, it just works on everyone. And that's the beauty. Also, coming to the drama. So, a lot of times, worry creates a drama. And when you send worry energy to someone or something, it adds more to it, and it actually keeps you stuck there because you're running in loops. You are exactly there where you were 5 years ago because you're telling the same story, you're still worrying. The idea of access consciousness tools is to help you make a choice. So I always ask, do you wish to stay stuck in the drama, or do you wish to get out of the drama? What is it that you would like to choose? And Kazin, there was this interesting thing about children, because I know you are yourself a mom of two cute kids. So I think you'll have to mute again because I'm echoing. Okay, thank you. So, Kazin, there is this interesting thing which Gary has mentioned in one of his books. I think it's the Beyond Your Utopian Ideal. That when children come for the classes, they say the adults are so slow because they say that, oh, I know these adults, they are so slow. Can you have classes only for children? Because the adults are so slow. So he said, what do you mean by that? So they said that I'm going to change this and I'm going to choose this, but they don't do it. And hence they don't see changes. But kids, they choose and they say, okay, I don't like this, and they're going to make a choice. And I think this is exactly what separates the energy of kids from us. And we try to teach them, but the truth is they come here to teach us, and they come here to set an example of what consciousness truly is. And that's why the access consciousness classes are free for children up to the age 15 if they're accompanied by a full paying adult. So any one of you who wishes to join the class and who says that, I can't join because I don't know what to do with my child, I don't know where to keep him or her, get them along, because the classes are free for them. And after they turn 16, you have to pay. 16 to 18, you pay half the cost, and 18 and above, you pay the full cost. So make the best use of it. So when you keep worrying, you keep adding fuel to the fire of worry. And when you worry, you keep adding fuel to the fear, and fire to the fuel, sorry. And it just increases the drama, and people keep moving in circles. So now, Kaisin, I think you would like to add something to it. I'm going to go on mute. Wow. I think we two humanoids are handling the mic and audio and mute very well. So how does it get even better than this? Guys, if you're wondering what is humanoids in Access Consciousness, we talk about something called as humans, humanoids, techies and the reality. So if you're watching this video with us, I'm sure you're a humanoid. You can, I keep telling people that access classes give us so much to, we get access to so much tools. That's why I think it's access. And most people are not aware. Most people believe even if they are aware, it does it work. Okay, so someone asked me, okay, how much percent do you think this will work? I said, if are you asking me? I said, I think it's more than 1000% it has worked for me. Like, are you serious? I said, yes, it's serious. And I actually had to show them examples of things which have happened with the tools. Anyway, two things which you said, and I do resonate with it. 99%, 99.9999999% of thought, feelings, emotions do not belong to us. We are almost like a radio transmitter absorbing everything. And in Access Consciousness classes, we do talk about the tools to help you know what is yours. I know so many people say that I'm an empath, okay, because this word empath is quite, a lot of people are aware of it. And they say that empaths absorb others' feelings. I feel everyone absorbs feelings. Empaths are just aware that they are absorbing feelings, and it they are so in tune with what's going on within them that they know that maybe I've absorbed someone else's feeling. But no matter who you are, almost everything that you are thinking, feeling is not even yours. That brings me to discussion of a very, very sensitive topic, which is mental health. And a lot of times when people are undergoing anxiety, panic attacks, or many times people say that, what if, am I thinking too much? Because I almost feel like my brain is overthinking. My brain is almost burnt out overthinking, and I'm not able to stop the thoughts in my head. There is so much which is going on in my head, and I just can't stop it. I just can't. I wish there was something where I could deactivate, and that's the reason why a lot of people choose to go into codependencies, and as I said at the beginning of this talk, numbing themselves with food, with alcohol, with substance, and a lot of things. So why do a lot of people do this? Because they want to numb down all the sensitivity which is going on. And if you are someone who is hearing voices in their head, if there is too much thinking going on, if you're feeling, if you have no reasons why you're feeling so lost, so ungrounded, so scared, it could be that you are absorbing someone else's emotions. And two things can help. One is, of course, the verbal tools which we talk about. The verbal tools which can help you actually know that the emotions, thoughts, feelings are not yours, and you just send back to where it's come from. So verbal tools, many people are so much in awe of the verbal tools that they say, just tell me what's the tool. But I tell people that, if the tool has benefited you at 5%, the tools and getting your bars run will help you to go to 500. Because bars, those 32 points on the head, for all of you who don't know what bars are, those 32 points on your head with gently touched can release any stuck energies. And that is the place of possibilities. Because 99% of people who come to my therapy room for bars, the first thing they say is, I felt blank. There were no thoughts in my head after so many years. And that is the very basic thing. And then, of course, as Gary says, the best thing is it could change your entire life. It changed my entire life. And because it changed my entire life, I made a choice. Like, of course, I didn't make a decision, like rightly what you said, Kaizin. I made a choice to make sure that I reach out to as many people as I can, share about these pragmatic tools, and of course becoming a facilitator was a part of it, so that I can do it with more ease. And because as facilitators we have access to tools, we have access to a lot more which can help a person understand the tools. And yes, Kaizin, over to you. I'm going to go on mute. So don't be sorry. I think both questions are really valid and great because I know a lot of people who will be watching us for the first time. And if you're watching us for the first time, thank you. And also for all people who are watching us again and again, thank you and love you more. We love you too, or for all first time watchers. So first and foremost, bars and acupressure are two different things. Although yes, acupressure also talks about pressing certain points, but in bars we gently touch. Also, all the points are on your head. In bars, all the points are on your head, the 32 points. And although acupressure is again a beautiful modality, it's still different from bars. Bars is almost like formatting your computer or hitting the reset button, factory reset button on your iPhone, where everything gets erased and deleted. And now that doesn't mean you will lose memory and you will go home and you will not remember who your wife or husband is. No, don't think that, because if you come with that expectation, that is something which we will not be able to do for you. But so what do you mean by it's like hitting the reset button. Everything which is not serving your highest good, everything which you're trapped in your body, maybe the past experiences. I spoke about trauma, abuse, trauma. I mean, these could be the extreme end of it. But even limiting beliefs, as a child, probably you failed an exam and you made a point of view that you are good for nothing. Or maybe in your teenage you broke up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, and then you feel that, okay, I'm not good enough for or to be anyone's girlfriend or boyfriend, or having those limiting beliefs about relationships. So a lot of these, when people say I have a lot of baggage, we drop the baggage after a bar session. And you feel like, when you if you can't sleep, it's because thoughts are going on. And after you get your bars run, it just changes, because you almost feel alive again, and you feel like, now I can create possibilities. So it is different from acupressure, and it is yet a very amazing therapy. Second, can it do harm to you? Okay. Now, um, when I take the bars classes, though, there is a video in which Gary and Dane talk about, and they say that you never go worse than where you were when you got your bars run. Like, if you get your bars run, you'll only get better. You don't go back. Nothing bad can happen. The most minute, I mean, the best thing could be it could change your entire life. And the worst thing could be you feel like you had a great massage. Okay, so the worst thing, or the least thing what happens after bars is you feel you had a great massage. And the best thing is it could change your entire life. So it changes everything, right from anything going on in your body. So I know people who say, there was one person who had come to me, a little elderly, and she was having a chronic backache. And she's like, I don't know what's going on, why I have this issue. And she did not come for that. She came for because she was going through something in her relationship, and she wanted to find more ease with that. And a lot was going on at her work. And she just spoke about the back pain, but we did not really talk a lot about it, because when I was facilitating her, or when I was running her bars, we were working on her relationship and her job issue and her work issue and all of that. And she took that session with me. Then I think she took another two sessions. And later she said, you know what, Ashwini, that back pain completely vanished. I have no clue how it vanished, but it just went. So, sometimes there are these aches, pains which our body locks. And, people also hold points of view about aging, about body, about how your body is supposed to look post 30, how your body is supposed to look after 40, how you need to look, what, like many of my friends says, 30 is now, knee pain shuru ho gaya, ye shuru ho gaya. And I was like, wow, where does that come from? I mean, there are so many lies. Now, these are all distractor implants because they keep you locked. Okay, and fear is one of the biggest one, and worry is one of the biggest ones. But what I feel is, the moment you get your bars run, you're not going back. You're not even though you have had really terrible situations in your life, getting a bars run will never take you back, or never. People ask me, will it relapse? Because many people after counseling, especially, people believe that, because in counseling there is a lot of talking which happens. Although I do respect the beautiful modality counseling is, and I studied earlier this year to um, to know what counseling is. And of course, it's a beautiful modality. But having said that, access bars will not let it relapse. You are not going to walk the person through the entire trauma again. Just press a few points, not even press, I would say touch a few points, and boom, the person just feels good. So yeah, I think that was a great question because I know many of us are asking here because we started with worry and I spoke about how with the clearings of which is the verbal tools and the body tools, how can you really help combat with worry? If any one of you who is watching this is going through anxiety, worry, panic attacks, give it a shot, guys. Go for a bars and what else is possible? What magic can it be? Over to you, Kay. So now I will say the yay once again. And so for all of you are watching this, and if you're looking for something, first and foremost, know that when you come for bars and when you talk about what is going on and how would you like to change it and how would you like to create a new possibility, know that this is one more thing which people ask me is Ashwini, please don't share what I spoke to you about my life. And I think that's the first thing we whatever we speak, it's very confidential. It stays with us. And after some time, and most of the times I feel that yes, I forget it because I'm only looking at how the person can change and how the person can create more magic and more power. But trust me, after maybe 5 to 6 bar sessions, you will be a totally new person. And that's been my experience. When I ran my bars for the first time, it was wow. I was blown away. Second time, third time, and about 10 sessions, and I felt like a totally different person. I think 25 sessions, and my life was absolutely, my life had absolutely changed. And 50 sessions, and I can no longer even connect to what I was before. I'm a totally new person. Like I always say, when my friends talk about things, memories 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they say, wow, it just feels like yesterday. And I'm like, oh, I don't feel like yesterday. I feel it was Pichla Janam or something. Because I think so much bars has changed the way I think, my belief system, um, being able to create anything, being able to create business, being able to create money, being able to create better relationships with family, with friends, with co-workers, with the people. We have a wonderful team at Unicorn, and we I think it just helps us to be more in allowance of the other person without judgment. And as Kaizeen said, for all working mothers especially, I think I always, and although I'm not a mother, but I'm very, I can really see when women who are mothers, they are juggling so many things. So I have a special bias towards working mothers. I always feel that, oh my God, you're doing so many things. And what if you could have more ease with it? And hats off to you for doing all of that with ease. And I'm sure there are many mothers who are watching us here, and especially if you feel that I have to handle the cooking of the family, or probably my parents and in-laws are getting older, I have to help them, I have to support them, I have to, my husband goes to work in the morning, and I have kids who are going to school, and there is so much going on, and there is my work and my deadlines, and we are like, okay, there are so many things which are going on. And with bars, there is a lot of ease. You almost, it's almost that you know how to handle everything and how to be in more allowance of what shows up on the way. So thank you, Kaisin, for sharing that, because I know many mothers will definitely benefit. And yes, Kaizin's daughter was in the bars class. We had so much fun, and another one of our another team members, Radhika, her daughter was, and I think both the girls had so much fun, and I feel bars is a gift. So do explore it. Any closing remarks, Kaizin, before we close for the day? Wow, and I had heard this from a very senior yoga master, okay, a very senior yogi, who said that in Sanskrit, chinta and chitta, there is only the dot, which is the difference. Because for all of you who have read and written Sanskrit, or even Hindi, Marathi for that, because we use the same script in Devanagari, the way we write chinta and the way we write chitta, there is only a difference of the dot. So why worry when you can choose possibilities? Why worry when, instead of worry, what if you could choose to be in more allowance of things, to just look at the life and say, okay, wow, this is it. Now, what is happening? What is this trying to tell me? And then we ask, of course, if you join the class, we train you to how to ask the questions too. But for this live, whatever I can share is, when you ask questions, you create possibilities, and when you come to conclusions, you stop it there. So a conclusion always disempowers, and a question always empowers. So be in the question. Don't worry, be happy, keep creating magic, keep choosing possibilities, and keep watching us every Wednesday in the wacky, weird Wednesday with two wacky, weird girls. So I look forward to see you all. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Yay.